Right then, let's talk about a name that still echoes through the stands of Ibrox, Ryan Kent. For years, the lad was pure electricity down the wing, the kind of player that had fans on their feet every time he picked up the ball. Kent wasn't just a footballer. He was a showman, a spectacle, the kind of winger who made you believe something special was about to happen every time he burst forward. From his explosive pace to his silky dribbling and that trademark cut inside, he brought a flair to Rangers that's been sorely missed since his departure. Up until that final season, he was adored, a fan favorite, no doubt. But then things started to drift. His form dipped, his influence waned, and suddenly the future that once looked destined for greatness seemed uncertain. Fast forward to now, and we've got some serious noise around Ryan Kent once again. Rumors are swirling about a possible return. To Ibrox, something that, let's be honest, would send shockwaves through Scottish football. But before diving into that, let's take a step back and look at what's really going on with the lad. Ever since his move to Fenerbahce turned sour, Kent's been stuck in a kind of football in limbo, a talented player without the right stage to shine. That transfer to Turkey was supposed to be a fresh chapter, a step up even, but it unraveled. Quickly, 16 months and barely featuring, struggling to find rhythm, and then boom, contract terminated. Mourinho comes in and Kent is out the door. Just like that. No farewell, no resurgence, just a harsh end to what should have been the next level of his career. And let's not forget, as soon as he left Fenerbahce, the speculation kicked off hard. Whispers of a return to Rangers were everywhere. Former boss Philippe Clement had already shown interest in signing him back when he was managing Club Brugge. That naturally sent the Gers faithful into overdrive, dreaming of Kent flying down the flank at Ibrox once again. Turkish media even claimed that talks were in motion during the January window. But nothing came of it. Instead, Kent was left drifting, linked with all sorts of clubs across the globe, Saudi Arabia, Iran, even a potential reunion with Ismail Kartal. But despite the offers, despite the money being thrown around, Kent held firm. He wanted to stay in Europe. That was the word. He wasn't ready to give up on the top-level game. Only problem, Europe didn't seem to want him back. At least not the parts he wanted to be in. With no club, no minutes, and no momentum, Kent's career stalled hard. His last competitive match, July, a rare start handed to him by Mourinho during the Champions League qualifiers. Since then, radio silence. For a player who once terrorized defenses in Scotland and lit up European nights with Rangers, it was a steep fall. But now, it seems there's finally a lifeline. And it's coming from across the pond. Word from the United States is that Major League Soccer side Seattle Sounders are deep in talks to bring Kent stateside. And this isn't just paper talk. This looks real. Reports say negotiations are at an advanced stage, with Kent set to join the Sounders for the remainder of the MLS season. There's even an option to extend the deal through to the 2026 campaign if things go well. For Kent, this could be the fresh start he's desperately needed. A new environment, less pressure, and a chance to rebuild his confidence. Get back to doing what he does best. Taking on defenders, creating chances, and being the spark in attack. For Seattle, this could be a masterstroke. They'd be getting a player with genuine European pedigree, someone who's played in big matches, experienced continental football, and still has plenty left in the tank. The MLS has become a popular destination for players looking to reignite their careers, and for Kent, this move could be exactly that. A chance to remind everyone what he's capable of. And who knows, maybe one day down the line it opens the door for a return to Europe, maybe even to Rangers, but this time as a more complete battle-tested version of the player fans once adored. Meanwhile, there's been some other big talking points around Rangers lately, and one name that keeps popping up is Nico Raskin. The Belgian midfielder has been an absolute revelation this season. Under Philippe Clement, he found his rhythm, but it's under Barry Ferguson now that he's truly come into his own. His form has been nothing short of sensational, dictating play, breaking up attacks and driving the team forward. It's no wonder he's finally caught the eye of the Belgian national team selectors. His recent call-up to the Red Devils wasn't just a token gesture. The lad played, and he played well. 2 appearances, both solid, but that match against Ukraine, that was special. Down 3 when Belgium clawed their way back and Raskin was at the heart of it. His performance earned him the Man of the Match award. Not bad for a debutant. Of course, with that kind of spotlight comes the inevitable transfer chatter. Premier League clubs are circling, and you can bet scouts have been watching closely. Raskin's under contract at Ibrox until the summer of 2027, so Rangers hold the cards for now. But the question is, do they cash in while his stock is high, or do they try to tie him down with an improved deal? It's a tough one. On one hand, there's the potential for a big payday. On the other, there's the chance to build something long-term around him. Pundits like Tam McManus have already weighed in, suggesting that now might be the perfect time to sell, especially if the player's ambitions lie south of the border. It's a familiar dilemma for Rangers. They've been criticized in the past for not selling players at their peak, and Ken himself is often brought up in that conversation. So with Raskin, there might be a temptation to do things differently this time, because if he keeps performing at this level and he keeps impressing for Belgium, the offers will only get bigger. We've also got an update on Hagi, another name that brings plenty of intrigue. The Romanian international was on fire recently during their 5-1 demolition of San Marino in World Cup qualifying. Hagi not only scored a penalty, but orchestrated much of Romania's attacking play. His creativity, vision, and leadership were on full display, and it didn't go unnoticed. He received a match rating of 8.3 out of 10. But here's the catch. His future at Rangers is anything but certain. His contract is set to expire this summer, and with the club currently in a period of transition, waiting on new ownership and fresh direction, decisions like Hagi's are hanging in the balance. We're talking about a player who at his best brings a touch of class and unpredictability, but also one who's had injury setbacks and inconsistent spells. So do Rangers stick or twist? That's the big question. Either way, it's clear that the next few months are going to be huge for the club, both on and off the pitch. And that brings us full circle, because everything going on right now, from Kent's next chapter to Raskin's rise and Hagi's uncertain fate, it all paints a picture of a Rangers side at a crossroads. Alright, so let's pick things up right where we left off, with Rangers standing at a turning point and the next few moves feeling like they could define the shape of the squad for seasons to come. There's a real buzz and a bit of tension in the air. The club's chasing silverware domestically, but off the pitch there's a storm of decisions brewing. Transfers, contracts, ambitions. And with so many players either stepping up or stepping out, every choice made now could come back big for better or worse. Take the case of Ken. Again, a player who once lit up Ibrox with every touch. There's still a feeling among the support that his story with Rangers isn't quite finished. Even now, with talks heating up in the States and the Seattle Sounders moving closer to sealing the deal, some fans are holding on to hope. Maybe not now, but someday the winger who gave them so many magical nights might wear the shirt again. And why not stranger things have happened in football? What's clear though is that Kent needs this move. He needs game time, he needs to feel important again, and above all, he needs to fall back in love with the game. MLS has given that platform to loads of players before him. And in Seattle, with their passionate fan base and attacking style of play, Kent might just find the perfect place to reignite the fire. But while Kent's future might be taking him across the Atlantic, others are standing right at the edge of major breakthroughs here in Europe. Nico Raskin, for one, is attracting serious attention, and it's no wonder. His engine in the middle of the park, the way he drives forward with intent, breaks up play and connects the lines. It's the kind of stuff that turns heads in England. And let's be honest, for a young lad breaking into that Belgian national side is no easy feat. Belgium's midfield options are stacked, yet there, he was not just getting minutes but shining. That comeback against Ukraine, where he picked up man of the match, that might have been the moment clubs down south started circling with real intent. The thing is, Rangers have seen this play out before. Talented players catch fire, get interest from the Premier League, and suddenly there's pressure. Do you hold on, build a team around them, or do you sell high and reinvest? It's a balancing act, and the timing has to be spot on. That's why this summer feels so critical. With Raskin under contract until 2027, the club's in a strong position, but football moves fast, and if the player wants to test himself in England, you're not keeping him forever. And Rangers need to be smart. They've had players walk before when their value could have brought in serious cash. That can't happen again. Whether it's tying Raskin down with a fresh deal or cashing in at the right moment, there needs to be a plan, not just hope. Same goes for Hagi. You look at the lad, and there's no denying the raw talent. His vision, his creativity, He sees passes others don't. And when he's confident, when he's in rhythm, he's one of the most dangerous players in the league. But it's been a rocky road for him. Injuries, managerial changes, tactical shifts. It stopped him from building that consistency. Still, that performance for Romania, it was a reminder of what he's capable of. Calm from the spot sharp and the build-up, leading the line with purpose. That kind of display makes people sit up. But here's the tricky part. His deal's running out. And with new ownership talks ongoing, Rangers contract decisions might not be moving as quick as they need to. The question with Hagi is whether the club still sees him as part of the long-term vision. And more importantly, does he see his future at Ibrox? If not this summer, could be the right time for both sides to part ways. But if there's still belief in his potential and what he can offer a fully fit squad, then maybe there's room for a new deal, a fresh start. It's all going to come down to timing and ambition and whether the player wants to fight for his place or try his luck elsewhere. Now, beyond the players, there's a bigger picture at play. The game is changing fast and Rangers, just like Celtic, are being urged to think bigger. Former Rangers manager Mark Warburton has been pushing the idea of building a transatlantic partnership, particularly with clubs in the United States. And there's a logic to it. Football's global now more than ever. Everyone's looking to widen their recruitment net, find untapped talent, create pathways that benefit both sides. With Warburton now in charge of Sporting Club Jacksonville. In the USL, he's in a position to help make those connections happen. He's been open about it, saying that clubs like Rangers and Celtic are global institutions with massive fan bases and real appeal. A partnership with a side in the States could open doors. Scouting, player development, branding, the lot. And in today's football world, that kind of move could be a game changer. Imagine having a direct line to emerging American talent or giving your own youth players a pathway to gain experience abroad. It's the sort of strategic thinking that could set Rangers apart in the long term. So we're looking at a club in transition, no doubt. Big decisions on the horizon from players like Raskin and Hagi to wider moves off the pitch. There's ambition, there's opportunity, but there's also risk. Get it right, and Rangers could be setting themselves up for a new era of success. Get it wrong, and they could be chasing their tails come the end of the year. One thing's for sure, the next few months are going to be massive at Ibrox, and every supporter watching from the stands or from afar will be hoping the club makes the right calls to keep marching forward. Before we continue, make sure to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications to get all the exclusive news about Rangers FC. Don't overlook any details about your beloved team. It's crucial for Rangers FC fans. Speculation is mounting in Scottish football circles as Rangers reportedly intensify their pursuit of Hearts captain Lawrence Shankland, with the prolific striker enjoying a sensational season at Tynecastle, netting over 50 goals since his arrival. His name has become a hot commodity in the transfer market. Sources close to Ibrox suggest that Rangers see Shankland as the steel addition to bolster their attacking options ahead of a crucial phase in the Scottish Premiership title race. The move, however, is far from straightforward. Hearts, well aware of Shankland's importance, are expected to demand a significant fee to even consider parting ways with their talisman. Moreover, with Shankland thriving as club captain and leading Hearts towards European qualification, convincing him to switch allegiances could be a challenge. Rangers, though, remain undeterred, and with summer approaching, negotiations could soon take a decisive turn. Would a transfer to Ibrox be the next step in Shankland's career, or will Hearts hold firm in their bid to retain their starman? As talks reportedly continue behind the scenes, fans across Scotland are left eagerly waiting to see if this blockbuster move will materialize. Greetings, fans! Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel, as it's greatly appreciated. By Rangers FC, and don't forget to share your thoughts on the news in the comments section below. Until the next video, stay tuned.